Hey FlossTube, this is Brian. Welcome back. This is my 60-second FlossTube video, and I plan on sharing with you what I have been stitching this week. First of all, I want to welcome you. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope that you enjoy the things that I have to share with you. And if you are coming back, thank you for coming back and watching my videos. I really appreciate it. It's been a great week, and I'm excited to share with you what I have been working on. But first of all, I want to respond to a comment. Mama Lou 1962 asked me what if I've ever described my rotation. And it's been a while, and so I think I'll go through what I do. You can, if you are planning on setting up a rotation, of course, you can do whatever you want. This is kind of how I decided to do what I'm doing. And you can imitate me or do whatever you want. The first thing that I decided is how long I would work on each piece. And for me, I have found that I really like working on a piece for about a week. I don't like working on a piece for just one day because I don't feel like I really accomplish a lot. And 1 week, I tend to accomplish quite a bit in a week. And also, I've found that at the end of 1 week, there are some projects that I'm ready to move on, and there are some other projects that I would really like to continue to work on them. But I find that 2 weeks, when I go 2 weeks on a project, then I get really tired of it. So I think a week is about the right amount of time. The second thing that I did is I listed out all of my projects that I wanted to put in my rotation. And in general, my rotation, I just listed them in order from start date. So the oldest project started first. And basically I just worked through them one at a time in that way. Of course, this last time through my rotation, I decided to put a little bit of randomness into that. So I'm not exactly doing that right now. But in general, I start with the oldest project and just work down in the order that I started them. And then I just spend 1 week on each project and move down through the list. Also, because my projects are so large, if I keep working through the rotation over and over again and say I'm not going to start anything until I finish something, there's a possibility that I'll kind of get tired of working on the same projects. So I've also given myself the permission to start a new project when I get to the end of my rotation and add that into the rotation. And I think that's really nice. It kind of works out that the more projects you get, the further apart your starts go. So I think it kind of evens out a little bit. And if I were really smart, I would start small stuff to kind of balance out my large projects so that I didn't get quite so tired of all of my projects. But I can't seem to do that. The reason why I like doing a rotation is I like putting in a system that makes it so that I don't have to decide what I'm going to work on next. Because I find that if I have to decide what I'm going to work on next, that I get to the point where I don't want to stitch anything because, I don't know, it's just like, oh, I don't want to work on that, but I don't want to work on that either. And sometimes I get to a piece that I really don't want to start, but being forced to start working on it, I find that once I actually start stitching it, that I actually really enjoy it. So that the whole rotation kind of keeps my interest and keeps me working. So that's my rotation. You can take those suggestions and modify them or do whatever else you want. It's completely up to you, of course. Okay. Also, last week I announced a giveaway, and I want to thank everybody for participating. I got some really good comments about camping, and I want to thank you for participating in my giveaway. Just to refresh your memory, I am giving away 4 charts from It's So Emma, Lori Holt, and I have used the random comment picker to determine the winner, and the winner of my giveaway is Marilee Robinson. So Marilee, congratulations. Marilee says that she'd rather watch me than go camping. I don't know if that's a good trade-off or not, but congratulations, Marilee. If you will, my email is in the comment box, in the description box below. If you will send me an email letting me know what your address is, I'll get that prize sent out to you. Once again, thanks everybody for participating. Also, I just want to give you a heads up. There will be no video from me for the next 2 Saturdays. Things are really hectic around here, and there's just not going to be any time for me to be able to record and upload a video on the next 2 Saturdays. So it will be 3 weeks before you see another video from me. Okay? So let's talk about what I've been working on. This week, as I told you, I have been working on the Beautiful Sea, which is a design by Erik Shipley of Ship's Manor. As I mentioned before, I decided that I was going to pull this out. I hadn't worked on it for a very long time, and I am glad that I did. I really have enjoyed working on it this week. So I'll insert a picture here showing you what it looked like the last time you saw it. I am stitching this on 28 count brown sugar Cashel linen. It's a color that is dyed by Under the Sea Fabrics. And I am stitching it with the called for floss, which is Ship's Manor floss. I really like the colors of this floss. They're really bright and very, very cheerful. And I've really enjoyed working with them. So I'll show you what it looks like now. So this is what it looks like now. So basically, right through here, everything below this line is what I have stitched. So I finished the lighthouse, and then I started filling in some of these other motifs. And then I've also been working on the border. As you can see, I am really close to actually finishing this. I think I've only got about a day or 2 worth of stitching to fill in. There's like 3 large motifs and several more of these little circular, I think they're supposed to be bubbles. I've decided they're bubbles. So there's several more bubbles all the way through here and 3 large motifs. And then of course I've got to finish the border. You can kind of see how big it is because I just have to fill in this much. I'm pretty sure the border is going to line up. I kind of visually moved across and thought, just to reassure myself that everything was okay, and it looked like it was. So I don't think there will be any surprises when I finish this. Okay. I've had lots of people say they really like this fabric because I said the reason why I wasn't working on it was that I didn't like the fabric with this floss. My wife even said, I really like this fabric. It looks like wet sand. So, what I don't like about it is it's a little bit dark. And so it's a little bit on the dark side, so it kind of obscures some of the colors a little bit. I have had like 2 or 3 of my kids have said, is there any backstitch in this? And I'm like, no, there's no backstitching. But like, I think, at least one of my sons, I am sure, like he looks at this and thinks there needs to be a little backstitch. And I think that's because the color's a little bit dark. Having said that, I like how it's turning out, and I'm not complaining about the color of the fabric anymore. So I'll give you a little bit closer look so you can kind of see things. It looks better close up, I think, because you can see the colors better. So yeah, so I stitched this lighthouse, this kind of diamond shape, this octopus is, I really like the octopus, and the octopus is up to no good. He's stealing one of the circles out of this motif. And then, of course, all of this over here I also finished. So there's a starfish, I guess. Yeah, it's been really fun to work on, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. So I'm excited to actually finish this. Like I say, I think I've only got a day or two left, probably 2 days. I don't think I could stitch that in a day, but I think 2 good days would finish it. So yeah. So that's what I've been working on. Okay. So, like I say, I have been randomly choosing my next project. So I am going to spin my wheel to see what I'm going to be working on next. And I found out this is the Tiny Decisions app that I'm running on my Kindle. And I think there's a bug in this because it doesn't hold, it's supposed to remember what I've picked before, but it's not remembering that over a week's time. So if I spin and get a project that I've already worked on in my rotation, I'm going to spin again. So that's how this is going to work. So we'll give it a spin. And it says Queen Anne's lace. Okay, so I just barely worked on this a couple weeks ago, but I'm excited to work on it again. I really enjoyed working on it. So just to refresh your memory, Queen Anne's lace is a design by Lavender and Lace. It will look like this. And I'll show you what it looks like now, if I can find it. That's not it. Is it this one? Okay, yeah, okay. So this is what it looks like. Of course, this is a lady in a yellow and blue dress, and I've only worked on this 1 week, so I'm excited to work on it again. I got a lot of her dress. I'm excited to see a lot more of this yellow dress show up. And of course, there's metallic cord, Kreinik number 4 metallic cord in 2 different colors, spread throughout all the dress. So yeah, I'm excited to see more of this take shape. So that's what I'll be working on. But I am not going to start it this week, and part of the reason is it has to do with the fact that I'm not going to be making a video. I'm going to be able to stitch, but I'm not going to be able to stitch anything big. So my plan is to actually, for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to finish this, because when you get this close, how can you leave a project? So I'm going to concentrate, and that is backwards. Okay, I'm going to work on Beautiful Sea. I'm going to concentrate on finishing Beautiful Sea because I want to finish it, and it's so close. There's not enough time to justify spending another week on it. So I'm going to work on this, and then I am going to be working on some small projects. And this is another project that this is something that I started last year and lost interest in it, but I'm going to pull these back out again. This is the first pattern of the Hometown Holiday series by Little House Needlework. And this is My House, is the name of the project. I am going to start working on this, and then I'm going to work on as many of the Little House Needleworks as I can, instead of working on my other projects. This one, I think what I'm going to do is there's a space for you to put your name, but I don't think I'm going to do that because that makes it different from every other piece in the series. So I think I'm going to take this border out. I don't know if I'll take it out and move it up, or what I'm going to do, but I don't think I'm going to put my name in here. So I want to finish this house, and then I'm just going to start working through the rest of the series. I might be able to finish 2 or 3, I don't know. I'm going to have 2 weeks to stitch, and we'll see how it goes. So then after 2 weeks, this will be before my video, I'll have another week to stitch, and I'll start Queen Anne's Lace 2 weeks from today. And we'll see how we go with Queen Anne's Lace. So those are my plans. I'm excited. In 3 weeks, I'm excited to make another video to share with you what I've been able to stitch. Of course, you can always follow me on Instagram if you want to see my daily progress. I am at blitstitch. As always, if you haven't, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I am right as of today, I am 12 subscribers short of 4,000. So anyway, feel free to subscribe to my channel. If you haven't, feel free to like this video if you want to, and I would appreciate, and feel free to comment. As always, I would be glad to answer any questions that you have for me to the best of my ability. Thank you so much for spending time with me, and I hope that you have a great time these next 3 weeks, and we will talk to you later. Goodbye.